It's Cyhawk week, everybody, and I gotta tell you, this is the biggest rivalry of this whole season, in my opinion, and I really, really want Iowa to win, and I really hope they can pull the win out with Nathan Stanley being just a little bit unexperienced, but hopefully that works out for them. Noah Fant, Nick Easley, Matt Vandenberg, TJ Hawkinson being great receivers there. Amir Smith-Barset needs to work on holding on to the ball. Here, as today we want to talk about some key matchups and some key things going into this Cy-Hawk rivalry trophy game. Now, to start out, James Daniels is expected to return for the offensive line following a knee injury. James missed a home opener against Wyoming due to a knee injury, but the offense fared pretty well. A big part of that success, they put King and Render in at center instead of I think he's left guard. But yeah, so having James Daniel back is going to be a key because now the offensive line is going to be a whole with all of them up there. Josie Jewell was named Defensive Player of the Week. Not much of a surprise with him having 14 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2.5 tackles for loss. Jewell looked good against the Cowboys, but who else did a nice job? True freshman A.J. Epinesa recorded his first sack as an Iowa player. Joshua Jackson did pretty well, getting a big return on an INT, and that defensive front put pressure on the NFL-bound Josh Allen, making him have to decide to throw quickly or try and extend a play, which did not go out very well a good deal of the time. This defense is going to have to play even better, though, against Iowa State, a team awaiting the Hawks in Ames, Iowa. Having Manny Rugamba back should be a big thing for Iowa, making that cornerbacks core just a little bit better. Jake Trevas had a great game last week as well. Now let's talk about 2 quarterbacks that will be presented in this game. Now, Hawkeye's big arm QB Nate Stanley and Iowa's Jacob Park. Now, watching Jacob for Iowa State, I noticed he plays very smart. He checks down to receivers a lot, especially when he's protecting a lead. And he isn't really going for the big play all the time. Nate, he'll check it down a couple times, but a lot of times he'll try and throw downfield. And 2 times, it worked really successfully for the Hawks. It worked really successfully for the Hawks 2 times. A touchdown pass to Nick Easley and a touchdown pass to Noah Fant in the second quarter and Nick Easley in the third. But when Nathan Stanley is under pressure, he does not know what to do with the ball. He needs to figure that out going into this game, and hopefully he's had that figured out throughout the week. Now, I tried to record this Monday, couldn't get it. Tried to record it Tuesday, couldn't get it. Now it's Friday. It's Saturday. It's fucking 12:46 my time. It is Saturday. So yeah, hopefully he's figured this out. Now I want to talk about Iowa State's defense. 3 INTs going back for touchdowns, sorry. The Iowa State front 7 got pressure on the UNI QB, and all the Iowa State defensive played solid against UNI. Didn't make mistakes. They did their job. Iowa needs to find ways to get Iowa State defense to cool down. The offensive line has to hold its own and make good blocks against a very, very good defensive line for Nate Stanley. And Nate Stanley needs to make smart decisions with those defensive backs being able to play very smart. He needs to learn that if the pocket breaks down, he's got to do something with the ball. He can't just sit there. James Butler and Akram Wadley had a solid game last week. James Butler, I believe, getting 53 yards, and Akram Wadley getting about 176 yards, both accumulating for over 200 yards last week. They need to utilize those 2 next week against that Iowa State defense to break it down and get it weared down going into that fourth quarter, where I'm thinking it's going to have to be a comeback win for Iowa because Iowa's going to play. They're not going to do too good in first quarter, but hopefully second, third, fourth quarter they can do solid. Now let's talk about a little bit of Iowa State. Now, Alan Lazard, I want to say that's his name, I want to say that's pronounced it, broke the record for most receptions in a career, which is a big thing for him. Iowa has to shut him down. He is an elite receiver for the Cyclones. If Iowa can shut him down, then Iowa has a good chance of winning the game because they're going to shut down one of the best receivers. And, it's real awesome that he broke that record, and we're all happy for him. The whole state's happy for him. And, I get it's a rivalry, but still, everyone's happy for him. Good job, Alan Zazard. Keep playing well, buddy. Even though Iowa's defense did good last week, there was a slip-up where Josh Allen had a man wide open in the end zone for a 36-yard touchdown. Though it got called back, the receiver stepped out before he had possession. Iowa needs to eliminate that mistake. Jacob Park is a gunslinger, and he will score on you every time you mess up. Iowa State's defense will be giving Noah Fant an extra look this week. Noah Fant caught the first 2 touchdown passes from Nate Stanley, and first 2 touchdown passes of his career, which, good job, Nathan Stanley. But with the extra attention, it gives Iowa a chance to get other guys open, like Nick Easley, Matty V, possibly T.J. Hawkinson, James Butler, Akram Wadley. Fant emerged as Nate's favorite target, being the target of 6 of his 15 throws. So, Fant, if Iowa State's going to give him an extra look, it gives those other guys a chance to get open and produce for this Iowa offense. So hopefully they can do something like that. Now let's get into some of the other Big Ten news around the Big Ten. I want to talk about Wisconsin and Northwestern the most. Wisconsin's Alex Hornibrook looked astonishing the second half versus Utah State, as well as Wisconsin's defense. Without 2 crucial linebackers on the defense, which I talked about in my last episode, their defense shaped up pretty good. The still number 9 Wisconsin Badgers are going to have a good season this year, but hopefully the Iowa Hawkeyes can come out with a win in Madison, Wisconsin. But, I don't really see it. It's not a very, it's going to be rough. Northwestern Wildcats got the win over Nevada, but it was tough for the Wildcats. Nevada scored 17 points on Northwestern for the Wildcats, got things going, and scored 31 points in a 31-20 win against Nevada. Something I forgot, Iowa received 3 votes in the AP polls this week. They're slowly moving up in the world. And something I am really excited about is Maryland received 45 votes in the AP poll to be the top 25. Nebraska and Michigan State received 1, and Northwestern received 20. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you tuned in all the way to the end. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you comment what you think about everything I said and how you think this Iowa State game is going to go down. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Jarchi. I will see you next time. Goodbye.